Here in Massachusetts, Republican State Senator Scott Brown makes a big deal about his truck.
My name is Scott Brown, and I'm running for the United States Senate. This is my truck. I put a lot of miles on it during this campaign. Wherever I go, people tell me they're concerned about the path our country is on. Spending is out of control. Government keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's time for a new direction.
I love this old truck. It's brought me closer to the people of this state.
And I want to speak for them as their next United States Senator. I'm Scott Brown, and I approve this message because it's time we end business as usual in Washington.
Hey, Dad. Well, apparently President Obama is not particularly impressed by State Senator Brown's truck.
Forget the ads. Everybody can run slick ads. Forget the truck. Everybody can buy a truck. I think long and hard about getting in that truck with Martha's opponent. It might not take you where you want to go. And where we don't want to go right now is backwards to the same policies that got us into this mess in the first place when we just started to make progress cleaning it up.
Steve Moore joins us live. He's a senior economic writer for the Wall Street Journal editorial page. Steve, do you think that the president would like a do-over on the line, everyone can buy a truck, when we have an unemployment rate of 10%? I bet he wants a do-over on that comment.
Yeah, I think that was certainly a gaffe, Greta, no question about it, and he would probably take it back. But, you know, the fact that the president was attacking that ad, I think, is an indication of how effective that ad has been. What that ad does, Greta, is reminds people about many of the failed policies, not of George Bush, but of Obama and the Senate Democrats. The huge $10 trillion increase in the debt that they want for the next 10 years, the health care bill that's so unpopular, cash for clunkers program, the stimulus plan that didn't create jobs. And so I think the fact that he attacked the ad just indicates that Democrats are really feeling the heat of those attacks.
I don't think that I think he got confused for a second, because it's a big difference when you are campaigning as a non-incumbent. But he is now an incumbent, and when he went into the campaign mode, you say something like that. That's something you say if you're not running the joint. But he is running the joint as a president, and so I think that's like, I don't think he really got the sort of oops factor with that.
Well, that's true. And, you know, by the president going to Boston this weekend, he is, in poker terms, all in. I mean, they've thrown everything they've had in this race. They're spending millions of dollars. And, you know, what's really interesting about the president's visit is there's no indication that it had a positive effect. In fact, the overnight polling, to the extent we can trust that, suggests that Brown actually widened his lead after President Obama went into the state.
Well, I don't know if we can, if he can be blamed for that or given credit for that for a win. But I think that it's profoundly dangerous when so much is hanging in the balance, and that this is no ordinary race in this state.
That's right.
Because it's not, it may be that only Massachusetts gets to vote, but all the rest of us are going to live by the results, whether it be the Democrat or the Republican. So this is an enormously important race.
You know, Greta, as you know, last week I was in Colorado and Texas, and all the people that came up to me, all they wanted to talk about in Colorado and Texas was this Massachusetts race. So it has become nationalized. It really, I believe, has become a referendum on Obamonomics. And one thing that people are getting tired of, I think, is when the president and the Democrats keep talking about George Bush. They're not talking about their own policies. They're blaming everything on George Bush. I think people are kind of becoming tired of that argument.
All right, and in terms of the economy today, I don't know, it's a huge issue here, but I mean it's a significant one. Healthcare is the one you read about more. Where are we on the economy? Are the indicators in the last, at least today or last week, are we at least inching up? Is there some sort of upward trend? So that might be helpful to at least people in America and certainly to the candidate here.
Well, Greta, this is also a very important point because, as you know, for the last couple of weeks, the president has really been trumpeting how well the economy is doing. When the unemployment rate numbers came up and we saw a little bit of an improvement, the president said our policies are working. And, you go out in real America, and Americans don't think these policies are working very well. They are feeling the sting of unemployment, and they are feeling very anxious about the economy, and they think that debt is a big problem. So I think by the Obama administration continuing to talk about how good things are, I just don't think Americans believe it.
Steve, thank you. And, of course, big day tomorrow. Polls open soon. We'll all be watching. Thank you, Steve. Next.
Thank you, Greta.